Welcome to the Green Room. I'm Eric Davis here alongside Bill Romanowski, best linebacker. One of the linebackers.
One of your best teammates.
Yeah, one of my best teammates. The type guy that you wanted on your team. People hated playing against him, but I'm glad he was always on my side. Glad you're here.
Hey, glad to be. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to talk football. And we're going to do it in a way that it hasn't really been done. And we're going to make it real. And it's going to be uncut. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. I was watching a game with one of your old friends last night up in the press box. JJ Stokes.
Oh. Yeah. He and I are real close, as you know.
Why'd you spin the man's face?
You would have to bring that up.
Well, how could I not bring that up, man?
You know what?
Nobody's watching.
You know.
It's just you and me, man.
You know as well as.
Oh, tell the truth.
Don't
try to just be honest. Don't sugarcoat it.
I'm not
Why'd you spit in his face?
Have I ever sugarcoated anything?
I don't know. You try to when the camera's on.
Sometimes, but
if you're talking about the Raiders, you don't want to upset anybody.
Hey, I was a Bronco playing my old team, and there was always a little extra that was going to come out in that game. Or in a Bronco Bill Romanowski / playing against a former team game.
Yeah.
And he caught a pass in the flat and gained 10 yards, and I was pretty pissed off about it. And
not anything he said, anything he did, other than he did his job and caught the ball.
I was trying to rip the ball out of his hands, and I couldn't get it out of his hands, and I just wanted to grab a hold of whatever I could get a hold of and kind of twist it and maybe break it. And I didn't really get that.
Classic promo.
Yeah. I was a little mad that night, because it was
borderline homicidal tendencies.
Yeah, it was that night for sure. And he got pissed off, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And I got up and just started going back to the huddle. And he came and got in my face, and I did it. And I was like, didn't think anything of it. And a lot of people, I said to people after the fact, I said, do you know how many times that someone tried to spit on me? And I tried to make a bunch of excuses and say that there are things that happen in the heat of the moment, but it doesn't belong out there. And Mike Shanahan, I will say this. Mike Shanahan, after that happened, because it was a really defining moment for us at the Broncos, and he said to me, that will end up being one of the best PR moves you have ever done in your career. And on some level, I still get
yeah, people still talk about it.
I still get people saying, "Hey, spit on me, Romo."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
There's some crazy.
And the only reason I brought that up because it's one of those deals that people that don't know the sport, don't know the game, have never been there and been in the arena like that. They don't understand how intense it is, how emotional it is, how often that happes.
Oh,
I mean, I still think it was Eric Bieniemy. If I'm not sure, I don't want to put him out there if it wasn't him, but I know it was one of the San Diego Chargers players that spit on me, spit in my face, and I couldn't get him back, and it took me 3 games to get him back.
Yeah.
If I saw the number, I could tell you exactly. It took me 3 games to get him back, but I finally got him back.
Well, I remember.
But it happens all the time.
I remember Eric Wright telling me the story about Ronnie Lott. They were playing Atlanta at the Stick, and somebody cheap shotted him over the middle, and there was no way that person was going to get away with what he did to Ronnie.
Oh yeah.
And Ronnie, when the game ended, he chased him down on their sideline and went after him. And
I saw him go after Irvin Fryer like that in the game. He was over in their huddle. Romo, thank you for joining me today here in the Green Room, and thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next week.